Respected teacher and my dear friends, today I am here presentation on the topic of literature review and research gap analysis in the academic research. I'll discuss the outlines. First of all, introduction of literature review. Second, type of literature review. Introduction of research gap. Types of research gap. Importance of conducting literature review. Thereafter conclusion. Next slide. Introduction of literature review. That means a literature review is a comprehensive overview of existing uh, research on a specific topic. Another, it aims to summarize, analyze, and synthesize the current knowledge to provide a solid foundation for future research. The significance of conducting a literature review lies in its ability to identify gaps in knowledge and establish a theoretical framework and justify the relevance of a new study. It helps researchers avoid duplication effort. It fosters understanding of theoretical underpinning and enhance the credibility of their research. Types of literature review. There are four types. One is thematic review. Another is theoretical review. Third is policy review. And fourth is empirical review. Next slide. Thematic review. Thematic review means it organizes literature around recurring themes or concepts. It is also focused on specific themes or topic within the literature. And its approach to identify patterns and relationship across different studies. For example, it is exploring mental health issue in the different age groups. And theoretical review. Theoretical review means it is examines different theories related to the specific topic. And it is also focused on examine existing theories to relate to the research topic. Its approach to compare and contrast and critique with different theoretical perspectives. And it, for example, a review analyze different theories of motivation in the workplace of the workplace. Next slide. Policy review. Policy review means it analyzes policy related to the specific issue and it examines the effectiveness of different policies. For example, a review of policies aimed at reducing carbon emissions. And it is focused on the impact and implication of the policies often used in public administration, and political science. Empirical review. It means it review is a summarizing and synthesize empirical study research based on data. It identifies trend and inconsistency in research finding, and it is, for example, a meta-analysis of study on the effectiveness of a particular therapy. It is also focused on what the data shows, requires carefully consultation on the research method and data quantity. Next slide. Introduction of research gap. What is the research gap? A question or problem that has not been adequately addressed by existing research. That is a research gap. And an area where knowledge is lacking or incomplete. That means it is a research gap. And an opportunity for new researchers to make a contribution for the research. And it is helps to identify gaps, help to research build on existing knowledge, and contribute to the academic fields. Types of research gap. There are 7 types of research gap. One is evidence gap, knowledge gap. Third is practical knowledge gap. Fourth is methodological gap. Fifth, empirical gap. Sixth, theoretical gap. And last is population gap. These are the types of research gap. Then we will discuss about the evidence gap. Then evidence gap means it is conflict or inconsistent evidence on a topic. For example, the effectiveness of a particular teaching methods for students with learning disabilities. This is the example of evidence gap. Next is knowledge gap. Knowledge gap means it happens when knowledge is missing in a field or when actual finding differs from the expected outcomes. For example, it is limited study on mental health in adolescents. These are the example of knowledge gap. Third is practical knowledge gap. That means real world application issue related to, and that means, for example, it is a renewable energy policy. Fourth is methodological gap. Methodology gap means it is a limitation of method used on the previous research. For example, a lack of longitudinal study on the long-term effect of the particular interpretation. That is the example of methodology gap. Next is empirical gap. That means lack of environmental validation. And for example, in purpose model of consumer behavior has been widely cited but never tested with actual consumer data. That is empirical gap. And theoretical gap. Theoretical gap means it is a conflicting theories. For example, behavior versus cognitive psychology. Which theory is based on teaching and learning? Identify. The last is population gap. That means under studies group, and for example, with early mental health in rural areas. Next slide. Next slide is importance of conducting literature review. There are so many importance in the literature review. One is it helps to establish a theoretical framework for your research. Next is it provides backgrounds or context to your research question. Next is it is helps to identify areas needed for further investigation. That is also important. Next is it is helps to refine your research question and develop a theoretical framework. And it is inform your research design and help to avoid operating previous mistake. And it is also demonstrate that you are knowledgeable about the topic. Conclusion. After discussing above slide, in this last slide is conclusion, and literature review are the crucial for the academic research. It is very important also. Next, it helps to refine research question and hypothesis, and understanding research gap aids in advancing knowledge. The literature review reform informs the research design and data collection method. It provides a framework for interpreting and discussing your findings. It is also the conducting through reviewing are essential for successful research outcomes. These are the references of this. Thank you, sir. Thank you.